Okay, just really quick, before you click on this poll and choose the Goonies, I need you to listen to just a few things about why the Monster Squad is way better than the Goonies, okay? I never wanted to make this video. I've been dreading it for so many years, and I feel like I feel like I can't hide my feelings anymore. Some of my closest friends know this truth about me. Some of my family members know this truth about me, and they've accepted it. They accept who I am as a person. They accept that I have these thoughts, and I think like now in the generation we live in, I feel safe sharing who I really am with you. So all this stuff I see on social media has really worn me down to a very fine point. Almost like a knife. And I can no longer hold it in. Fuck the Goonies. The Goonies are a bunch of fucking assholes. For anybody who's seen both films, Monster Squad and the Goonies, there's really no comparison, right? Like, the Monster Squad, wittier dialogue, children murdering universal monsters. Okay? It's got Dracula, it's got the Wolfman, it's got the Mummy, it's got Swamp Thing. Okay, it's got Dracula's brides. And they all get fucking murdered. Like all of them. Brutally murdered. That shit doesn't happen in the Goonies. The Goonies has a bunch of kids who accidentally stumble into this mess. The Monster Squad has none of that. The Monster Squad knew exactly what they were up against. The Goonies were accidentally fumbling through, mistakenly falling into these stupid fucking traps, witty dialogue. If you want to go through action, if you want to go through adventure, if you want to go through suspense, Monster Squad has every one of these in spades. The Goonies has nothing. The Goonies has jack shit. The Goonies has what? Like, who's memorable from the Goonies besides the fucking fat kid and the one kid who got molested by Michael Jackson? What was his name? I don't remember. Bottom line is, the Goonies have a Mongoloid. Monster Squad has Frankenstein. There's no competition there. Right? Rudy murders the Wolfman. He murders a couple of Dracula's brides. Horace kills the Swamp Thing with a shotgun. And if you don't know this scene, then you shouldn't be fucking voting on this poll. I have to say that anybody who's choosing the Goonies over the Monster Squad has not actually seen the Monster Squad, because if you have seen the Monster Squad, if you really legitimately sat down and watched the Monster Squad, you would never pick the Goonies. I do believe that this is all a manufactured fucking love affair, right? I blame Hot Topic. People who say they love the Goonies are only saying they love the Goonies because they think it's fucking cool to say they love the Goonies, right? Like, if you actually watch both films, watch them back to back, watch them over a couple of beers, you will see that the Monster Squad will fuck up the Goonies every fucking time, right? Fred Dekker, Shane Black, these two people cannot be fucked with. The Goonies is very Spielberg-ish. It's very good for families. It's very friendly. The Monster Squad is not that. The Monster Squad has death. It has dismemberment, it has fucking blood, it has fucking Dracula cursing at a little girl while he's choking her. Dude, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome. The Monster Squad, who are like these epic fucking action hero kids, alright? And then you have the Goonies. What do the Goonies have? Fucking pinchers of power? This stupid motherfucker was saved by pinchers of power? Dude, that shit ain't gonna fucking fly in the Monster Squad world. Does not fly. And what's he got the boxing glove that fucking punches and shit? Fuck that shit. Yo, the Monster Squad has shotguns, they have bows and arrows. These kids were crafting their own fucking bullets in shop class. Okay? The teacher has a fucking cat head. She has a cat head, yo. That's some of the wittiest dialogue I've ever seen put to film. Who are the Goonies villains? They have nobody. They've got a couple of bumbling villains who have like a sloth kept in a freezer who likes ice cream and candy. And the mom, played by Anne Ramsey, awesome, she's great. I have to give it that. I have to give Goonies Anne Ramsey. She was excellent in there. They have a young Josh Brolin who actually sucks dick. I mean, he dies in every fucking film he's in, or maybe he doesn't. I don't fucking know. He died in No Country for Old Men. Like, off camera. That's how much this guy sucked. They couldn't give him a death on camera because the directors were Monster Squad fans and they said, fuck you, Josh Brolin. You're gonna get a death off camera. Fuck you. Alright, listen. Final words. Final little thoughts about this. Monster Squad is a fucking classic. Alright, Goonies is only a classic because everybody who fucking grew up in the 80s was allowed to watch the Goonies. It was a friendly kids movie, it was easily accessible at the time, and more kids saw the Goonies than they did Monster Squad. Monster Squad wasn't written for kids, it was written for adults. Okay? And that's very evident if you just give it a chance, you watch it, you're gonna love it, show it to your family, show it to your friends. Fuck the Goonies. I don't know what to say. I'm really troubled by this. I'm troubled. Fuck the Goonies. Fuck the Goonies. Fuck the Goonies. Right here. There's a reason that this is sitting in my house. Because this movie is fucking better than the Goonies. That's why it's here. Look at that shit. Look at those fucking kids. This kid has a stake and he's gonna use it. This kid has a bow and arrow and he's gonna fucking use it and kill some shit. Look, Wolfman, fucking Dracula, the Mummy, got some Frankenstein action. You can barely fucking see him over here. Swamp Thing back here. This is not a film to sleep on. Watch it.